Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, Aisha. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, Zarmeen.
Let's begin again by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land that we meet on today, the Wurundjeri people, and pay our respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. And also, I want to acknowledge the City of Melbourne and the Victorian government who continue to support SalamFest activities. So today, another fun and exciting day. So we have art from the Muslim world and arts that have been done by local Muslim artists. Aisha, you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we've got Anisa Sharif, who's going to show us the mosaic, how she does her mosaic arts. We've got a workshop with Oznur, the artist who does water marbling, and she's probably the only one who's got this ijaza or permission in Australia, so it's very exciting. We've got henna. And we've got calligraphy. And calligraphy is has been made so simple for people who don't know it. So this is like an introduction to calligraphy. And we've also got a local Muslim artist, MQ, who's curated a program for us. So lots of exciting stuff coming.
And I think MQ is really relates to the new generation because he's grown up to part of the culture, and I love his third culture song. I think it's brilliant.
So yeah, I think he's such a big part of our family, and we love him so much. So really looking forward to what he's got for SalamFest, and really looking forward to, although I'm really bad at doing this, but really looking forward to learning from all these artists. So let's go ahead.
Exciting. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, SalamFest. How are you all doing tonight? Thank you so much for having me. My name is MQ, and I'm here to present some of my music and share my story with you. Before I begin, I wanted to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I'm recording this. They're the Wurundjeri and the Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. Sovereignty was never ceded, and I want to acknowledge their elders past, present, and emerging. It's an ongoing struggle for peaceful coexistence, and that's a shared responsibility. I want to stand in solidarity with the traditional custodians of this land in that struggle for unity and peace. Thank you so much to SalamFest, to the organizing committee for having me. It's been a massive year. Some of you may have seen me at SalamFest last year at Federation Square, and that was a thrill. It feels really incredible to have connected with so many other like-minded people around ideas of peace, unity, and harmony. And it feels amazing to know that there are people from that show who followed my journey, and thank you for the messages and the support that you've given me. It really feels amazing to know that the ideas that I grew up with and the ideas that I'm still grappling with today as an artist are connecting, and that we have something in common. It feels pretty powerful. Without much further ado, I want to present some music to you, and the first song I want to show you is actually about the sense of feeling, the feeling that we all have right now, that sense of relief. It's been such a tough year, and we've all had to work through it, but I feel like we all have this feeling right now. We made it.
Yeah, we made it. It's been a long time coming. Can you hear the bells tolling? Any second now till the credits are rolling. We made it. Yeah, we made it. Looking back, it seems crazy how we thought we'd lose hope, but we made it now. Yeah, we made it. Yeah, we made it. For all the times that we wanted to leave, losing our faith, didn't want to believe, but we made it. Yeah, we made it. Sure enough, we know it ain't done yet, but we can sit back and watch the sunset. We made it. We made it. Thinking back to your first steps in a brave new world, and your bubble hadn't burst yet, doing everything with your best intentions, learning to survive with no apprehensions, no room for mistakes. Already took a chance and then they raise the stakes. Say the wrong thing and they look at you funny. Make the wrong move and they be taking your money, or take your freedom, take all the things you believe in. So you kept quiet, never gave them a reason, but on the inside you kept hope alive. There'd be more in life if you chose to strive. So even when you felt so alone, you put your best foot forward into the unknown. Now you see, we were in this together, been through the worst, now it's all looking better. Can you hear the bells tolling? Any second now till the credits are rolling. We made it. Yeah, we made it. Yeah, looking back it seems crazy how we thought we'd lose hope, but we made it now. Yeah, we made it. Yeah, we made it. Everything that we've been through, every day felt the same in a rut, like a grave we got into. All we wanted was a way out, looking for the light that was coming any day now. All the things that we took for granted, looking kinda different now, our feet were planted. The same home that's a source of pride feels like a prison when you're forced inside. You wanna get away, but you don't know who to trust. You wanna take a break, but you're doing what you must. When it started, we were dreaming big. Felt it in our hearts when it changed so quick. But here we are in the story of a lifetime. Made it through the dark, now we're living on the bright side. Everything is rosy when we're seeing it in hindsight. We made it! It's time to live the highlights. Can you hear the bells tolling? Any second now till the credits are rolling. We made it. Yeah, we made it. Woo! Looking back it seems crazy how we thought we'd lose hope, but we made it now. Yeah, we made it. Yeah, we made it. For all the times that we wanted to leave, losing our faith we didn't want to believe, but we made it. Yeah, we made it. Sure enough, we know it ain't done yet, but we can sit back and watch the sunset. We made it. We made it. Yo, it's my city!
Thank you so much. It feels pretty powerful to be getting to present my music, even if it's not in a live format. Of course, I'd love nothing more than to be on a stage, hanging out with you and chatting and sharing in that energy. But unfortunately, we can't have that. I do want to say, though, this year has been phenomenal, and I had an opportunity to present at Melbourne Fringe Festival, where I put on a show called The Third Culture Kid. It explores the ideas of identity, religion, and belonging that I think many of us have grown up with at the same time. From that show, I'm presenting to you some of the music tonight, as well as some of the music that you may have actually heard last year, including this next song. See, when Aisha and the team asked me to dig deep and find something personal to present at last year's SalamFest, I couldn't think of a more incredible way to do that than to share a song in my own language. At that time, I'd just written a few little verses and I didn't really know what I was trying to say with it. But as I presented that song for the Third Culture Kid in Melbourne Fringe, I realized I'd gotten onto something. So I expanded the song, put it to a beat, and here it is. My language.
Shouldn't have to translate, but I can't wait. All these feelings inside that I can't take. Need to find a way to say what I can't say. Every day trying to make the moves that I can't make. See the opportunities passing me by. Listening to the tunes, bringing tears to my eyes. Feeling so alone with no one by my side. Wish someone had listened to the words in my mind. Nandapur mein ख्वाब दिठा सिर्फ ओए सुकून देन गाया पियो के बड़े मैदान में जेको भी जमा पर सभे होशियार थे. Fast forward to the Lincoln Park, we're in Hampton Park from Hyderabad. पर थी न तो सगे के घर विसार मुझो प्यार मुझो दिल दिल पाकिस्तान पर है भी तक घर हिते गाना हलन पर पम पम हिते छाप्या करन तकड़ो गलायण शायरी बुधायण ढोल वजायण ही सब मुझो ॼाण. I know I got a story to tell, and if I tell it well, then they'll understand it. Born overseas, but my thoughts were released when I speak hip-hop. Yeah, that's my language. Yeah, hip-hop is my language. Yeah, hip-hop is my language. Yeah, munji zaban. Yeah. Hip-hop, my language. 1994 फ्लैट में रहंदे मूंखे वो गानो खपे न इहो न हो वारो जैसा पप्पा गाईंदो आहे हो जमालो पर कैसेट ते जीअं हलाए सघां लाइन किंग वांगुरु उन सां ॻाए सघां ॻाईंदे ॻाईंदे कपिड़ा लाए सघां हंध में ॻायां जैसी जाग आहे अञा. Every time I'd open my mouth, all the thoughts coming out sounded strange to the outsiders, so I'd shout louder till they heard me. And then they'd say something just to hurt me. Gotta find a new voice. Try to fit in with the crowd, try to drown out the rude boys. Gonna do what they do. Take a beat, bring the heat. I'ma take them all to play school. Je kambi butcher, uwe sa palagan khusha aim manyan jaan butcher. Hey music dip top. Sindhi zaban, angrezi makam, para sirf munji jaan, hua munji hip hop. Yeah, my language. Woo! Munji zaban. My language. My language.
Safa zabardast, na? And with that, we're coming to a close of this set. It's been a real delight getting to share this with you. And once again, a huge thank you to Aisha, the entire SalamFest team, and the broader Melbourne community for being so tolerant and accepting. When I reflect back on the journey that I've been through, I realize that I couldn't be in the position I'm in if not for this incredible city of Melbourne and the general Aussie culture and ideas of inclusiveness, tolerance, acceptance, and even celebration. So I wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who supported me in this journey to get to this point, everyone who's encouraged me to go further, and every single one of you for watching, questioning, and trying to see if there's a new way and a new perspective to imagine things in. Thanks to you, I've been able to find comfort and peace within who I am today. Even though I come from Pakistan, but don't feel Pakistani, I live in Australia, but I don't necessarily feel Australian, I realize that maybe neither of those cultures is mine, and in fact, maybe like many of you, I'm actually a third culture kid. Thank you, my name is MQ, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the SalamFest 2020 program.
Shadow of a Gulf War. Less than a year old, already on world tour. Said good day before, assalamu alaikum. Parents taught him English and he learned as fast as they could. But it wasn't long before the kid in kindergarten with the funny kind of talk and the dietary requirements came to see that he was having trouble fitting in. It wasn't anybody's fault, it was the trouble from within. Third culture, everywhere I go I feel different. Everywhere I go I don't fit in. Two hometowns, nowhere to call home. Can't feel the vibe, so I make my own third culture. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Picture this, just a kid in the homeland, surrounded by fam, but feeling lost like a lone man. Mother tongue fluent, but they wanna hear the Aussie. Mama said, do it, gotta make them all happy. But don't go outside, they might snatch ya. Dressed up in pride, it's unnatural. Keep your head down, don't act up. And if the kids are mean, then boy, it's just bad luck. And by the way, don't get too attached. 2 years home, and now it's time to go back. Say goodbye to all of your friends. It's gonna be a while till you see them again. The third culture, everywhere I go I feel different. Everywhere I go I don't fit in. Two hometowns, nowhere to call home. Can't feel the vibe, so I make my own third culture. After dinner, Mama would put the kettle on the telly, then the Hasapima pedalons. Role models that look like him. Flat drawings with dark toned skin. Crime Stoppers and the current affair. The only brown faces with some facial hair. And how come Joey and Ross had no colored friends? Instead his only line is, thank you, come again. Yeah. So tell me what good are two tongues growing up? Gecko in the land of the blue tongues. Eat Big Macs, get fat, blame the biryani. Should I join the army? Drop some bombs on my aunties? Or should I wear the golden green? Staying glued to the screens, watching scenes of the beach blonde teens. Having dreams of a white picket fence and some kids. And a wife that pretends that my life don't exist. No better than a wedding to a foreigner. Showing her the things that will put the fear of God in her. Saving her complex, saving her from this abomination of a nation of convicts. But tell me, can And I just abandoned the plans of a family stranded so far from the land. A mom and a dad thinking grand for the future. Raising 2 kids kinda takes getting used to in a strange new world. Sending out their most alien, hoping that the kids will get called Australian. How do you protect them from a culture assailing them? How do you do all that without failing them? There isn't a sure shot designed for a person out of place both in space and time. All I'm looking for is my peace of mind. Everybody's got a culture, it's time I built mine.
Third culture, integrate, recreate, assimilate, deliberate, innovate, cultivate.
Third culture.
Assalamu alaikum everybody, my name is Anisa. I'm an Australian Muslim artist. I work predominantly with mosaic, but I also do a bit of painting, and today as part of the SalamFest Festival I'm just going to show you a few projects that you can do at home. You can use any tin lid that you want, and they're nice and safe, they're not sharp, and using a hammer and a nail punch holes in the top and bottom. So there's a couple of different things you can do with this. If you've got small children, and this is a fun one, especially for the holy month of Ramadan, when you want to do something special with the kids, you can sprinkle PVA glue, which is fairly safe for children unless they eat it. And then you can sprinkle beads, sequins, anything that's pretty, and you do both sides, but you do one side first. Then you can thread it. And I like to go to second-hand shops, Salvation Army stores, and buy old necklaces and pull them apart for the beads, because I find that they're prettier. They're usually glass or metal, and it's much cheaper than buying the beads. My favourite type are actually mosaic ones. Now this is a simple one. I have used the mandala art little squares, and these are actually available at Bunnings. They're very safe for children, so they have no sharp edges. They're reasonably affordable, and one packet goes a really long way. So what you can do with those is you would glue them on look, the children can do any shape they want. I like to do them symmetrical. And then once it's dry and you grout it, I use white grout, but you can use black. You can also get the children to then go in, and if they want to, they can actually paint in the grout. I've used pink and green here, but it makes them quite pretty, and you can hang these outside and they catch the light, and they're really, really pretty when they catch the light. The 15th of March 2019, the world was shattered with the news that there was a tragic loss of life in New Zealand at both the Linwood Community Centre and the Oznur Mosque. And as horrific as that event was, what it did do was galvanise the community into challenging that kind of negativity, that kind of racism, that kind of hatred. And I think the outpouring of support for the Muslim community across the globe was just phenomenal. With the support from the New Zealand community and Jacinda Ardern, it was just beautiful to see. The following Mosque Open Day, particularly in Australia, was just overwhelmed. Thousands and thousands of people attended Mosque Open Day, and there were hugs and there were tears and there were flowers, and it was just beautiful. For me personally, I really wanted to get involved in some sort of an art project to send to the Linwood Community Centre and the Oznur Mosque from the Australian people, not just the Muslim community, but from the whole community. This particular artwork was started last year, and unfortunately we didn't get to take it over in March because of the COVID-19 lockdown. So inshallah it will be going next year. It is black and silver, which are the traditional colours of the New Zealand flag and represent the New Zealand people. It is a giant circle because circles are symbolic in the art of mandalas. They are symbolic of the community. And so we have a giant community here. Right in the centre, we have children. So the small silver ferns unfurling children. Then we have teenagers here, and then we have grandparents and adults. So it starts off with the smaller children going to the bigger children, and the unfurling ferns, very much symbolic of children growing and becoming adults. The split straight down the middle is representative or symbolic of the day that the event happened. That was the day that the community was just cut. But the amazing thing was that the community came together, and not just the Muslim community, the whole wider community of New Zealand, Australia, and across the globe. It's not finished, as you can see. We've only filled the centre part, and we need to complete all of the outside area with black glass, and it will be glass like this, and I'll be using these nippers to nip into tiny pieces and fill the whole thing eventually. This will be worked on by police, emergency services. We're hoping to get some members of parliament or local members. We want to get community leaders. We want to get people of all religions and all faiths to glue down on this piece. And the hope is that we will have it over there by the next mosque open day, or perhaps the anniversary on the 15th of March. We'll do our very best. I think it's important, for me as an artist, this was really important because I wanted to do something from my heart to send over there so that we will never forget that event. There needed to be a positive in that, and as awful as that was, I think the positive was that across the globe, people had empathy for the Muslim community and right-wing extremism was challenged. The fact that I can't even remember the man's name, which is a fantastic thing, to me shows how important it is that right-wing extremism is challenged.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Zunaira and I am a henna artist. Today I'm gonna talk about something about henna, a bit of information, history, and I'll show you some henna pattern, how we can draw some henna patterns and how we can learn to draw art with henna. So little bit of a history about henna. Henna is basically comes from plant, not in the powdered form though. Yes, so henna is like a small plant or a bush, and it has like small leaves on it. And what we do, not we do, but the people, what they do, they pluck the leaf from the plant and then they dry it and then they crush it into a powdered form, really fine powdered form, which you can really see in the markets or shops. They come in usually in a packets. The powder comes in a packets or in the boxes. Usually you can get the henna paste in the cone form from Indian or Pakistani or Arabic grocery stores. There are different kind of henna cones or different kind of henna paste. One is the brown or red, which is more common, and the other one is the black henna, which has bit of chemicals in it, and it can damage or harm your skin as well. So if you haven't had black henna before, so I suggest not to use it. Sometimes it can give you burning or burn marks on your skin as well, especially when it comes to the kids. Just don't use on their skin. And if you want to make your own henna paste, it's very easy, but there's a few steps that you have to follow. The things you need to make your own henna paste. First thing is you need a good quality of henna powder. You can search it online, you can discuss with the shop people. So you need a good quality of henna powder. Take a plastic bowl, put 2-3 spoons of henna powder in it, and then you need a lemon juice. Lemon juice basically enhances the color of the henna powder, so you can just extract the color from it. And so when you put this paste on your hand, it will gives you a really good stain. So you need lemon juice, bit of sugar in it, you mix it. Usually some people, they don't add water in it, they just use the fresh lemon juice. Yes, try to use the fresh lemon juice instead of buying the juice from the shops. So squeeze some lemons in it, powder, henna powder, sugar, mix it and make a paste, and cover it with the cling sheet and then leave it for at least overnight. And the next day, you need another ingredient for that. It's the essential oil. You can use the tea tree oil, you can use the lavender oil. Again, it's very easily available. You can get it from the pharmacy, or you can get it from any supermarket. Just few drops, 2 to 3 drops of oil. Mix it and leave it for a few hours again, and then you have to have a plastic cone that you can easily make from the wrapping sheets, and you can make a plastic cone out of it. Don't make too big, just make like a small a piece. It's easy to handle and it's easy to control as well. And then pour henna with the plastic spoon into the plastic cone, and then seal from the back with the scotch tape or thread. You need to seal it really properly, because when you squeeze it, it will come out from the back of the paste. So, and henna basically is widely used in lots of countries. I'm from Pakistan, and we use it there, especially on special occasions like Eid, weddings. The brides, they have really good patterns on their hands, on both sides of the hands, arms, feet. And the fun part is, like, different areas of Pakistan, they have different kind of henna pattern in fashion there. Like, some parts have more floral in it. They prefer floral pattern, and some parts of Pakistan, they want really intricate and deep and very, very fine pattern. And now, especially like when henna is, lots of people, they know about henna because of the media, because we live in a multicultural country. It's getting more in trends. Lots of people from other communities as well, they want henna pattern on their hands. And also there are people who are using henna to enhance their art, and not only on the skin, but they're using henna on the candles or the jewelry boxes.
Seems like I've forgotten just what it is to feel bliss. Is it thoughts carried to kiss, content or to miss? Gotta rewind, be kind, take it slow, time unwind. Find lights acting behind in my mind, how I shine. Rekindle that connection in my midsection, reflection, attention to my words. This song's a dedication to everyone in my life who is of any value. This is all to you. I love you and thank you. Think of the times I spent with my moms, now I miss her. Something shocking, knocking at her door, cause I'm crying, hungry, oh I'm rocking. Pops always there for me, no fear, advising me on all endeavor. Never need someone at my back, birds of a feather flock together. Got my appreciation, elated by your creation. You're both an inspiration, you're both my motivation. My sisters and Big Mama used to have a ball there when I fall. Come when I call, back against the wall, made me stand tall. Love you so much, I'm not there, but don't just fuss. Life is such, plus I may not say how much I miss you.
Arabic calligraphy. So let's start with during the time of the Prophet. So the Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessing be upon him, was given an order by Allah to read. Iqra. So if there is reading, then there must also be writing. So during the time of the Prophet, things of writing, tools of writing were scarce. Okay, paper was scarce, wood was scarce, so they may do whatever they had. So similarly, writing was quite primitive. So in Arabic writing, there are letters and there are dots to help us understand what the letter is. So for example, this shape, without the dots, we can't tell what it is. But in the time of the Prophet, people were so skillful at Arabic, based on what was before and what was after, they could work this out. Is this bait, which means house, or is it bint, which means daughter? Okay, but after the time of the Prophet, all these things were documented. Also, diacritical marks, I believe they're called, like this, or like this, all like this. These were all added in after the time of the Prophet. So the writing during the time of the Prophet was not in this type of form. It was more in this form. It was just lines. Something like that. Very popular style is called nasakh. Nasakh is like this. We have alif, the first letter of the alphabet, ba, jim. Okay, these are 3 letters. Then we have other styles that emerged. The very fancy style that you see in mosques is called thuluth. Now that looks like this. I'm writing the same letters. The ba looks almost the same, just it's a bit longer. And the jim is similar, but not quite the same. You can see the similarity up to there. Okay, alif, ba, jim. Then other styles emerged that were kind of like, one of them is like shorthand. Okay, so that is called riqa, or some say ruqa. So that is like this. Alif looks the same. Ba is like that, different, and the dot is only half a dot. And the jim is like that. Doesn't look very nice, but it's good for writing fast. My style is based on the thuluth font. Okay, but I cut letters at certain places and also added curls to it to give more movement. Okay, so let's just go through the alphabet. There is the alif. Here is the ba, and see I cut it there and I'll continue it here, and I'll put a curl on it. Jim. Cut it there, start it again here. Jim. Dal. Ra. Cut it there, continue it here. And that'll do. You don't want to make it look messy or overcrowded. Then in this style in particular, they put certain patterns in to fill in the gaps. So like this one, or this one. So let's add some of those to complete the shape. Traditionally, they do it like this. They'll use a smaller marker, and they won't make these decorative shapes cut into the letters, but I like to cut into the letters sometimes. I go by what I think will look good in the composition. Like that. There we go. Now let's actually write something. Bismillah. Okay, with the name of Allah. One of these is for the ha, one of these is for the meme. There we go, that's nice. Bismillah. Okay, so that was a bit of an introduction to Arabic calligraphy. Thank you very much for your time. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Oznur Atesh. I'm a marbling artist, actually Ebru marbling artist I should say. I have been practicing this art form more than a decade. It passed from master to student. My master lives in Turkey, and I learned from him, and I extended with my own design and skills. We perform our Ebru art on thick solution using natural brushes and also pigments, oxbile, and some type of paints to manipulate your paints. This art form originated from Central Asia, from Uzbeks to Ottoman Empire, and Ottoman Turks make more design or more, they add more colors as their taste. When a student pass exams through her or his master acknowledge her with ijaza kind of diploma. And since 15th century, this system goes exactly the same. So if you want to be a Ebru artist, you need to taught by master and get your ijaza. It looks very simple art form, but it's very demanding, and also you need to practice daily if you want to pass your exams, if you want to get your ijaza. So maybe 10 years you need to practice this art form, and at least 5 years you need to sit next to your teacher, next to your master to get your ijaza.
welcome to all of you to this 2020 edition of the SalamFest Online. And first and foremost, all my gratitude to the team of the SalamFest for their hard work and for pouring such a good energy and spirit in Melbourne. I'm Roger, and we will have a little bit of a musical journey together. We all travel to different countries, some existing and some not. Before that, I would like to acknowledge the caretaker of the land and give them all my gratitude and respect for their knowledge and wisdom. And hence, I would like to start with the first piece on didgeridoo. And there was a little exploration on the didgeridoo. That is a great, powerful instrument. Again, I'm very grateful for the First Nation to be teaching this instrument. That is a very powerful healing instrument. So thank you. And well, that was the departure for the journey. And for the second sound, I'd like to call on the algoza. Algoza, that is a traditional flute from the Indus Valley. Algoza is a name that we found in the Sindh province of Pakistan. It's usually a double flute or a triple flute or sometimes a quadruple flute. It's called satara in Rajasthan. It can be called doneli in Balochistan. I won't be playing a traditional song this time, but a song of my own. Let's go. there was a song called Remembrance. And now we'll stay in the area, in the Indus Valley, although the previous song was not a traditional song. But we will stay and introduce this tiny pocket instrument that is called a johab or a gimbal. In the area it's called a morchang or a chang. A morchang in Rajasthan and a chang in Pakistan. It's one of the oldest instruments played and created by mankind that is available almost everywhere on the globe. South Asia, Africa, Europe, Russia, Mongolia, and Middle Eastern as well. And despite the fact that it's very old, it has been a little bit forgotten, but it's being revived. So we'll do a little bit of investigation with the johab. And I'll get the microphone a little bit closer. you. It was a little jam on Mochong. Alright, we will change the continent and move towards North Africa. In Morocco, there are some people that are called the Gnawas, that are descendants of slaves who came from Sudan. And they have kept some of the tradition. And they believe in the spirits. And they call the spirits during full nights, where they call around 50 spirits. And in both gathering, there is a musical ensemble where the maestro, the malem, plays this instrument that is called the gambri, and it's a tambour bass that is made for the trance. And he sings, and other musicians will clap and sing along, or sometimes play some steel castagnettes that are called the carcaboos. And what is very special about the Gnawa people is that also during those trance sessions, there is a woman who is a psychic, and she facilitates the trance, and she helps people to heal the wounds. And that's really what they do, trance and healing. So this next piece is inspired from the music of the Gnawa. A little bit of a mic adjustment, and we'll go. session with Galambri, the trance percussion bass, drum bass from the Gnawa people of Morocco. All right. One moment to put this up again. And we will have our last song for today. And for this last piece, again, we will go to a totally different place. We'll go, in fact, to China. China is a great country. It's thousands of years old tradition, very rich and very diverse. There are around 55 ethnic groups that all have a different culture, all have different traditions that are still alive. So this next piece, that is one of my own, is a little journey across China and its inhabitants. The instrument that I will play is called the hulu se, which means hulu is the gourd and se mean silk. So this is a silk gourd. Let's go. Thank you. That was a song called Equinox on the Huluse, a journey across China. And this ends my performance, and I guess there will be other performers or artists coming. So again, I wish you a very happy end of the year celebration, and may 2021 bring you a lot of abundance in your life. I'm Renaud, and I was very happy to be part of this SalamFest online edition. See you.